This is Michael, ASMR. We're back with some air tracing. It's been a minute, as they say. Not going to go on too long today. I've just done my PhD induction event, seeing all the different stuff I'll need to be doing with my thesis, and then there will be a load of modules and all kinds of work to do. Conferences, publishing, teaching stuff, all kinds of things. And so I just thought, seeing as I've already on the channel, I've got a bunch of air tracing videos on general topics and things. I just thought in the future that I would just trace some things to do with my research. I'm going to keep it still fairly vague, so I'm not giving away what my research is specifically about, or what it consists of, but I'm just going to give some general topics. Basically, it's just something to do for air tracing, as opposed to just going over previous things. So I just thought I would feature some elements of my PhD thesis to come over the next 3 years. We just like the air tracing trigger, don't we? Yeah, okay. So, one of the main parts to do with my thesis is to do with this gentleman. My slightly strange, I've been told, handwriting. George Orwell. Yes, Mr. George Orwell. Yes. Quite the guy. Over the past few months I've been reading quite a lot to do with George Orwell. Whew. There is a lot going on with that guy. It's not just the main stuff that you hear about. There's a lot to go. And that's one of my motivations. I would like to repopularize, or help contribute to repopularizing lots more to do with George Orwell, as well as the topic of yes, that was just one word that I had to try to remember in my head. Totalitarianism. Yeah. The commentary from Orwell on totalitarianism is well known, but I think there are certain elements that could be much better known. Even certain elements that might not be known at all. And so, enter me with my unusual brain and take on things, I guess. And finally, part of the piece of the puzzle of my research is to do with this topic. The Cold War. 1950 to 1989-ish. Very much depends on which era you want to delve into in terms of when you class it as the Cold War. But around that, it's the second half of the 20th century. Up to around the fall of the Berlin Wall. Again, give or take, you could really argue that it never really ended. And as we're seeing now, hot wars can come back, and historians of the likes of Neil Ferguson, I should say, talk of a Cold War II happening now. I'd be more inclined to say that the Cold War didn't really end. We had certain different players here or there, likes of Gorbachev came through, and eased off, tensions. But what happened when Gorbachev, finished, left, died? The tensions ramped right back up. So, just judging things on the leadership of one person might not be the best way of analysing. Anyway, very quick air tracing video, just getting back into this. Little bit of talking just about my studies, my things I'm thinking about. It can be just good, basically, to just speak about things, get your thoughts structured a little more. Talking them out loud, speaking them out loud, presenting them out loud can be good. And it's all part of it. As we're including with the likes of presenting your ideas in an academic kind of context. So doing all of this presenting, it's good practice to keep up that type of muscle, if you know what I mean. The presenting muscle. Public speaking. As the Greeks, by the way, the ancient Greeks, Athenians, they valued public speaking pretty much more than anything else. It would indicate so much about you and what you were capable of if you could speak well in public. And I wouldn't go quite that far, as far as they reputedly did, but I certainly think it matters more than a lot of people seem to think it matters these days. The point on that would be that you want to present with your own style. Whatever your own style is, your unique style. We have billions of people in the world, and each one of us will have our own style. Not to say that we're all equally as beneficial, but we all do have our unique style, and it can be endearing. Even if you maybe don't agree with someone, or you don't even like that someone, you still are endeared by, and you at least respect their unique personality that they're giving you. And we don't have enough of that in politics these days. Too many robotic types there. We're not going to be able to outdo AI in the specifics. The areas where we will be useful in the future will be with our personality, with our creativity. That's where we will still exist. And public presenting, showing ourselves, putting ourselves, not a face, not whatever, but putting ourselves out there, I think helps ourselves as well as it helps society, because it adds more to discussions. And again, we've all got our own minds, our own experiences, our own takes on political, cultural, social, any issues out there. We all have our own takes. So I think a little more confidence from everyone to look to share their own takes without then society looking to cancel them or censor them, but that we can all just really mix our ideas up and see what we get. That's a great way for us to be. Anyway, this is an ASMR video channel. I just thought I would just get back in the spirit of things, a little bit of air tracing. And like I said, my future ASMR air tracing videos will be much more air tracing focused. I just wanted to just get things going again, getting properly back in the swing of things with ASMR. So here's a little quick video for that. George Orwell, totalitarianism, Cold War. Again, you mix and jumble those up, you get it's quite the recipe, quite the meal. There's plenty to delve into there that I think has plenty of significance with the relevance now, and especially probably in the future. So yeah, anyway, more to come in the future to do with air tracing. And until then, bye.